I guess. Y'all know something that really bothers me about Trump. And I thought about it last night when I came home. It just came to me. I think the most dangerous thing about him um, is that he's put people in all these positions that were not. They were not seen by Congress. They were not um, sworn in. He's got a government of temporary. He's basically running the White House like a temp corporation, a temp business. Like Pro Drivers, what I do, Miss Pat will give me a job, and I just show up and I work it. And I might work it a week, I might work it a day, but it won't last forever. And I don't have the. I mean, I get paid probably more than some of these workers. Yeah, from what they've told me, like really, you might think what I do is hard or whatever, but I actually make more money than these people do that work for these places, except for the post office. Their benefits are pretty good. Yeah. Um, but like I said, that bothers me. Not just talking about the Burisma. I'm not just talking about Ukraine. I'm not just talking about that. Put that aside. I'm talking about the fact that he had Rudy Giuliani running around doing all this secret work for him. And Rudy Giuliani does not work for the U.S. government. Rudy Giuliani is his private attorney, he says. So you've got these people who the public doesn't know, who the public has had, not public, excuse me, Congress, the Senate has not had a chance to vet these people properly. And Trump just putting them in, and they might be, like I said, might be here a week. Like Whitaker might be here a couple weeks, and they'll protect them, and then they're out, and they put somebody in. There's no. I look at Trump and I see a person that's really not serious. He's serious to these crackers because they're so full of hate. But to reality, these people are not serious. Not in any way. They're here today, gone tomorrow, people. And I just think it's kind of terrifying to think about that. When you're young, you don't really think about stuff, so it don't come to you. As you get older, it's like that book, 1984. When I was younger, when I was 12, and I read that book. I was 16 when I read that book the first time, and I could not put that book down. Like 1984 by George Orwell, maybe one of the only books I ever read in my adult life that really had me scared. Oh yeah. And the point is, in the end, the government gets you. And people will sit here and call that liberalism and leftism, but that's not really what it was. Those guys, what they were saying they were taking the best from every fascist thing in history. The Nazis, that's basically what they took the best tactics. They didn't just kill you. They had to change your brain before they killed you. They wanted orthodox. Then they kill you. But you're going to agree with them today or after they put you through this treatment. You're going to agree. I don't know why conservatives have this mindset that only the left has had tyrannical people. When they do stuff like that, I don't take them seriously. When somebody in the conservative right tries to put forward this nonsense that only the left, that only collectivism, that's bullshit. Look at the Klan. Look at the Klan. Look at all the shit the Klan did. You gonna call them liberals? And then what conservatives want to do? This is why I don't look at Infowars. They want to try to say that the Dixiecrats, that the Democrats were the ones that protected slavery and all, not realizing that the Democrats of the 1800s or 1900s are not the Democrats of today. And that you can't compare it. I mean, it's ignorance. It's ignorance, but it's just, that doesn't make sense. Those, like I said, 1884 was an amalgamation of all the best tactics. Whether it be the Nazis, whether it be the socialists, the Russians. I'm talking about Stalin, all the shit Stalin did. It was an amalgamation of all of it. It wasn't about left or right. But that's what a ideologue does, is they don't look at facts. Of course, you've had liberals that did a lot of damage to their people. Of course, you've had left-leaning governments that have killed. I'm not arguing with that, but they weren't the only ones. And when they do that, it's almost like people that protect Trump no matter what. I can't respect them. Like Lindsey Graham, come out and tell stuff about Trump, and he turns around and protects Trump. Can't respect him. Yeah, and that's been conservatives. I told you that I don't necessarily like, but I respect him. I like Ron Paul. I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, about a minute ago, about how conservatives want to take stuff out of context. What do I do with it? Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. I was reading. I don't know how I got into reading about Poland. And everybody knows what Hitler did to them, what was done to them. Everybody knows about that. And we're talking about the brutal propaganda of homosexuals, postures of tolerance, the kind of madness, and for that menace, a rule be for them a dark night. As some must infect others with their homosexuality, the state must interfere in violence and freedom. If deviating start to demonstrate, they should be hit with batons, and that like the whole gay pride stuff is parents raising their kids be picked up by pedophiles, and this is nonsense. This is rhetoric. This guy said, "Yeah, homosexual." He wouldn't care as long as the person not running around half naked. So you're basically saying because a person's gay, these are the worst stereotypes of the right, and they're so ignorant. It's almost laughable. Yeah. It's ignorance. It's trying to create a rationale to hate the left, to hate homosexuals. It's a rationale. It's like Trump with Burisma, with things he says. It's the same thing. It's designed to create hatred. Yeah, it's not uniting. It's dividing, and it's dividing on the idea that gay people, the gay man, cannot stand on his own. That they're not like us. Wink, wink. Winking or not. Just got up. So I'm tired. They're not like us. They, because of their sexual orientation, are deviants. They're monsters. They're just people that want to go to the club and engage in just, wild sex in essence, and do drugs. And not recognizing that the things you say and do make it so those people are more likely to do that stuff. I mean, I know they don't care. But that's how I see that. I mean, you're creating a society where a certain subgroup is hated. And so when that person chooses to go do drugs and these maladaptive behaviors, you use that to say they're not even men. That's not right. It's in the 2000s they were saying this. It's bad, man. Gay rights movement, a foreign imposed threat to the nation. Everyone wants to accept Christianity. Calling the gay, cultural barbarism. Sexify children by force, bring up children to be given with the pedophiles at some point. Wow. No tolerance for homosexuality. This is 2005. Wow. It's really sick, man. It's really sick. It's really sick. And that's why I try to make the point all the time. Taking down Trump is not going to fix what's going on. Taking down Trump is not going to solve the problem of hate. And it certainly won't solve the problem of ignorance. Shit in my video right there. That's a good note. sometimes, I say I want to live. I want to see the world my mom's living. My mom seen. I want the world my mom had. And I grew up seeing pictures of stuff she did, going traveling and stuff. And it's just that with these white men, I realize they're turning the world in an irreversible direction. That by their arrogance and their ignorance, they're making the world a lot more dangerous for everybody else. And I realize that. And that's why I understand the protest and I get it. I get the frustration because we just want a world to live in. And these fucking crackers, they love war. They love it. They love war. It's in their, war is in their heart, man. They talk about that God shit, but really you look inside, you look at what they say. Are they speaking God on their tongue? Are they acting on God in their sitting on? The Bible talks about that. Judge them by their fruits. Mm-hmm. Judge them by their fruits. Yeah. No God in that. They just use that as a dividing thing, man. I was saying this yesterday, and I want to say this to you guys. Yesterday, I should do that on video. Yesterday, I was they're doing a picture, class picture with everybody, and something told me to hang back. Something just told me hang back, and the lady was like, Jenna was like, "Oh, come on, you're part of the team." So I come over there. I'm kind of on the side and the back. I'm kind of like, man, I ain't trying to do this bullshit. This old bitch gonna walk up there and says, "Oh, I thought we were segregating." Nobody said nothing. I want to make this clear. That's why I make the point. I have no friends up here. I have no allies. These are fake crackers. They are fake. They can throw that Bible at you, but take the Bible away. They're fake people, man. And I hadn't really been around the church for a while. I had forgotten how fake church folks can be, man. The little games they play, I had forgotten about that. Oh yeah. You know what I realized? This goes back to the idea I told you about white men, making the... See, the Caucasian has an idea of how society should run. This is what I've learned. And if that society isn't run the way he wants, well, he'll go out here and do mass shootings. Or, he'll put out comments like this talking about interfering with the people trying to infect others with homosexuality. How do you infect somebody with an idea? But I know what this, like I said, going back to it, that's the idea that they're not like us. They're an alien. There's something strange. There's something to be dealt with. Infect others with the homo. That's like me affecting you with trance music. That's like me infecting you with house music. That's like me infecting you with eating healthy and vitamins and shit. How can I infect you with eating vitamins and being healthy? That don't even make no damn sense. How is that possible? Yeah, how was that possible? You know what I mean? This is just that regression and stuff. But like I said, stuff like that, it just reminds me. I'm going back and forth. It's just there on subject setting and shit, man. Yeah. Just remind me where I stand, man. Being up here. And I wouldn't have done nothing, this old lady. But it came to my mind. I said, you know what? This old bird might be trying to get me killed up here. Think about it. I'm the only person of color that works similar to this person. They got an African guy up there. It's a white man, basically. What else? They said, I think they got some Hispanic housekeepers. I think I seen one glance. I could be wrong. That's it, man. And it's been hell. But like I said, the Caucasian has an idea of the way he wants society to be run, and if he can't get it his way, he'll use violence. Oh yeah, see the Caucasian really isn't trying to live in harmony with anybody or anything. And it's taking me time, not all of them, but it's taking me time to learn that they're not interested in that. That's living in harmony and people just being who they. Nah, man, these crackers ain't doing that. These crackers want war. Nah, man. And I read these comments on these forums where they talk about how any kind of social movements or whatever, they're like, they just want to put the money towards gay people. It's like, what? You can't be this stupid. You can't be this stupid to believe that any social project, any social idea out there automatically is equivocated to homosexuality. You can't be that stupid. Nobody can be that fucking stupid. That's what fascism is, though. Mm-hmm. Get my vitamins together. I'm leaving them on. Thought I had more of them. One thing I've been taking lately is echinacea. A lot of folks getting sick over there. And I think it's because these people aren't healthy. I was drinking my VM. I ran out of my VM 100. I watered out the bottle and everything. Thank God I ain't got sick. Yeah. But I'll start running when I go home. Yep. Start running again. But like I said, man, you're just dealing with people who are very ignorant and very backwards. You know what's sad about it is? It's sad that a country that was victimized, such as Poland was, by Nazi Germany, can have politicians who engage in that kind of language about a marginalized group like homosexuals. Sounds like they've learned nothing. I don't know. It really is like they learned nothing. That's sad. There's a movie called Doomsday. And the movie is all these immigrants, climate change gets bad, and all this stuff. It's Doomsday. The movie describes. And the British troops, the way they were treating the immigrants, or it looked like the Nazis were treating, back their ancestors. I just thought about that, how things change if we don't remember our history. I don't know. But it's hard being intellectual because you realize how fucked up the society is, and you realize how backwards a lot of society is, and you realize that we should be a lot further down the line than we are, and that's something I think about all the time. All the time. We should be much further on the line. They talk about socialism and stuff, and it's just, it's almost hilarious when I listen to this kind of stuff, because as society grows and society changes, you've got to change with it. You've got to develop with it. I mean, nothing stays the same. And if that's your mindset, then you really had to touch with reality. Really had to touch with reality, man. I mean, it just boggles the mind that you have people running for political office talking about victimizing homosexuals. I don't understand that. Peace, y'all.